Spring break is finally upon us, and I don't think we've earned one more than we have this year. But at the same time, it was 3 days after spring break last year that school got shut down for COVID. Regardless of that fact though, spring break is a time where we get to slow down and take some well-deserved rest during a very long semester. And whether you're staying at home or going on a trip, I've compiled a list of 11 different things you can do over your spring break, Music Student Edition. So here we go. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zachary Savinsky, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you never miss a new video. Alright, now let's get into that list. And starting off at number 1, we have take a break from music. I know y'all are probably like, really Zachary? Your first thing on a spring break list for musicians is to not play music? Yes, it's okay to just take a break, especially if you've been at it for a while. I know here at Western, we've been going for like 2.5 straight months without any type of break. So therefore, just straight up not doing anything music related could actually be a good thing for you, believe it or not.
What?
Some things you could do instead would be to explore a city you've never been to, go to the beach, or maybe if you're able, take an out-of-state trip.
No, I don't think I will.
Whatever you end up doing, just remember to relax and not feel guilty for not practicing, because there's absolutely no reason to. Moving on to our second thing, we have catch up on practice. Very contrary to the first one, you might feel like you're in a position where you have to do some practicing over the break to get caught up or ahead. This is a very fair feeling, and I know from firsthand experience what exactly it feels like. As for spring break last year, I chose not to go on my campus ministry's Florida trip and instead opted for a full week of practice to finish learning this marimba solo I was working on for my jury, which I never ended up performing because of COVID. So if you do opt for this, I would highly encourage this to not be the only thing you do. Instead, spend some time with your friends and your family because you do actually deserve a break from playing.
What?
Alright, now going to number 3, we have listen to the repertoire of your genre. Whether you're in band, orchestra, choir, or jazz, it's always a good idea to listen to the various pieces and works in your respective area. Because it's kind of hard to perform pieces in those specific genres when you don't even know what they're supposed to sound like. I know in Wind Symphony this semester, we've actually been sight reading some classic pieces of the band repertoire, and most of them, if not all of them, I had never heard before playing them. And even if you have heard those pieces before, listening to them again could always give you a new appreciation for them. Because for me at least, as I progressed through my theory classes, I begin to notice things that I just learned in class in the music I'm listening to, which gives you a completely new perspective on things. But it's also a good idea to not listen to the music that's in your genre, which brings us to number 4. Listen to new music. Now, I don't necessarily mean modern music because it could be a situation like I had before where I had never heard these classic pieces. But listening to newer and more modern music could also be a good way to open up your tastes and learn more about everything our world of music has to offer. Alright, staying on theme at number 5, we have create your own music. This could be something really fun to do over break, so long as you don't put any pressure on yourself to create some sort of masterpiece. Just try to have some fun improvising on one of your favorite tracks, or maybe just randomly creating something from scratch. Creating music is so much fun, and there's literally endless amounts of things you could do. And hey, if you think you came up with something great, put it on YouTube or Instagram, and then tag me so I can see it. By the way, you should follow me on Instagram. Coming in at number 6, we have another way you could create music, which is to have a jam session with your friends. Socially distanced, of course. This is a great way to have some fun with a group of people, and so you actually have some human interaction. You could either play some small ensemble music, try to cover a popular song, or, like I mentioned earlier, create your own. And again, if y'all really liked what you came up with, put it on social media so that way others can admire your work. Moving on to number 7, we have take it easy. Oh, you know I'm definitely going to be taking it easy. Opposed to number 1 on the list, this one's more for people who are going to be staying home on spring break. Hashtag staycation. So a few things you could do under this category would be to sleep in. Something I definitely did this morning. Spend time with your family, or, just like I've been emphasizing this whole time, do some type of activity or hobby that's not music related. I think it's a great idea to take advantage of this week off from school to really take care of yourself and do stuff that you normally wouldn't do during the semester. That's why I've tried to compile a list of things, music related or not, that we normally wouldn't get to do during the heat of a semester. Which, speaking of things we normally don't get the chance to do, that brings us to number 8 on our list, learn a new skill. This one could literally be anything you want it to be. Just go ahead and learn something that you didn't know how to do before. Whether it's how to draw, learning a new language, or maybe even video production. Something that could come in handy if you ever want to record yourself, especially those jam sessions you're about to have. But if you want to opt for something more closely related to music, maybe you could learn a new instrument, which is number 9 on our list. Maybe you play alto saxophone and you want to start learning how to play bari or tenor. Or maybe you want to branch out of your instrument family and learn how to play oboe.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Okay, so my girlfriend Leah is actually learning oboe right now in class, and I asked her what she thinks of it, and this is what she had to say. Playing oboe is like when I try to run. I get out of breath easily and I feel like I'm gonna pass out after 30 seconds in. It literally hurts my head and my face. Okay, so you probably don't want to do that, but maybe you want to finally learn how to play guitar like you've been meaning to for the past 3 years, or learn how to play the recorder. Okay, maybe not that either. Moving right along to number 10, we have take care of your current instrument. That's right. It's officially spring and we need to do some spring cleaning. Having a potential week off from playing is a great time to give your personal instrument some love, especially if you need to take it into the shop or something. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a repair or anything. Maybe you just need to give it a bath. Except you percussionists, I don't want to see any marimbas in the water. All right, we've finally arrived at our 11th and final thing. But before we get to it, let me know in the comments what you're doing over spring break, and if there's anything you'd add to this list. Now that we've got that out of the way, our final item on the list is attend a live performance. I know this one might not be possible due to current COVID restrictions, but if you're in a state or city where it's possible to attend maybe an outdoor concert, then I would greatly recommend doing that, so long as you're taking the necessary precautions. You might be able to even go into an indoor venue, like a restaurant, or if you're extremely lucky, a concert hall. Couldn't be me though, because I just gave a performance in Wind Symphony to an empty auditorium. Listening to music on YouTube or Spotify can be great and all, but it's nothing like seeing a live concert or show. And if you have that opportunity, again, I would highly recommend that you do that. So there you have it, my complete list of things to do over spring break, music student edition. I really hope you guys found value in this video. And hey, if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps me out. Until then though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great spring break, and I'll see you in the next video.